Hi, I'm Lauren, and this is my channel, Miss Sunny Gamer. I have a lot that I want to unhaul. They just weren't either doing anything for me, stuff that I DNF'd and didn't like, or in some cases they're ones that I liked, but I just don't see myself rereading again. So I'm getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I don't go to the used bookstore that frequently because there isn't one nearby, but I need to go soon because I have a lot. And before I go do that, I want to talk about what I'm going to get rid of. So there's a lot here, but before I start, I just want to say, if you like any of these, that's cool. I either didn't like it enough to keep or didn't like it at all, but different tastes, and that's cool. Let's start with this one. I can't pick up all of them in one go. So the first one I want to talk about is Dance in the Vampire Bund. I have the complete series. There's 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 and 14, 15 and 17, and then 18 to 21. This is by Nozomu Tamaki, and this is about like vampires, and there's political stuff and action, and there's a lot of naked. There's a little bit of a romantic tension throughout and stuff like that. And I think I gave it a pretty high rating. I think some of them I gave even a 4-star. I don't think I gave any of them a 5-star, but some of them are 3, some of them are 4. But I think my rating is kind of deteriorated a little bit. I just look through it and I don't really care about anybody or what's happening. And the art's pretty nice and the action's pretty cool. But if I don't care about it that much, then there's not much point in keeping it on my shelf, especially since all of these take up so much space, and I just don't need them. And it's not even a full, complete story because this left off on a cliffhanger, and that's very frustrating. So some more manga. This is In This Corner of the World by Fumio Kono. This is a very depressing slice of life kind of story that takes place in Japan around World War II. And, I mean, it's good, but it's not really for me. It's just kind of day-to-day life, and it's really depressing because day-to-day life in Japan at that time really sucked. So not really for me, but I can see why other people really like. And this one I have here is Cutie Honey Go Go. Looks like this is by Shinpei Ito. And this is a reboot of sorts of the original Cutie Honey manga. It's really good at first, but near the middle to end it kind of jumps around. Gets cut off because they ran out of something, I don't know. They couldn't make any more, and it's really lame. So there's no point in keeping it. Monstrous Volume 1 by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. This is a graphic novel, and I don't remember what it's about exactly, but girl monster, and it's really gory, and I don't care for the main character. I don't care for the plot. The art's nice, but I don't care. I'm sure a lot of people really like it. Not for me though. Ancient Magus Bride, The Golden Yarn. This is by a bunch of different people because it's a short story compilation, but the original work is by Kore Yanazaki. Bunch of short stories based off of the Ancient Magus Bride manga, and I don't like most of them. Most of them are really boring. It's just boring. Angel Dust Neo by Aoi Nanase. Could have been good, but this just repeats everything that the original manga does. It makes it worse and doesn't answer any questions, and there's no point to this at all. I have a bunch of volumes of Haikyuu. Ugh. I have volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4? I don't know, 4, 5, and 6 by Haruichi Furudate. This is sports, manga, volleyball, and it's a lot of drama, trying to get to the top kind of thing. This was in a pack, so that's why I have 6 of them and didn't just buy the first one. But I don't like it as much in manga form. The anime, I think, is more interesting to me because I don't feel the impact of it in manga form. I know this is the original, so the anime is based on it. It's just not that interesting to me when I don't feel the impact of the volleyball. And the conflict isn't amazing because, I don't know, I don't care about sports maybe. I wanted to give it a shot anyway, but I don't think the manga version's for me. Might try the anime though. Then here's an actual novella, The Armored Saint by Mike Cole. Very grim and very gory and very dark. And I don't like it. Don't like how gory it is at all. I think I like how it's written, like the writing style, the content. No, it's too much for me. I do like how there's some LGBT rep in here. I think that's pretty well done, but again, I think it's too gory for me, and I didn't enjoy that. Wasted Talent, Welcome to the Real World by Angela Melick. Kind of slice of life type humory thing. It's kind of about the author's life at a certain point, and it's supposed to be funny. The jokes don't really work well for me, so. Seventh Garden, Volume 4 by Mitsu Izumi. I just randomly picked up Volume 4, but I tried reading Volume 1 elsewhere online, and I mean, I really like it, but the problem is that it doesn't have a conclusion, and it's never going to conclude. I just don't feel like committing myself to a bunch of volumes and it doesn't end at all. If it finishes, maybe I'll try again, but it sounds like it's not. So. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Kyokyo Shinja. I don't... Slice of life, pervy type comedy thing. Dragon who acts as a maid for the main character, and again, the humor doesn't really work well for me, so the comedy doesn't really work well for me, and the point is the comedy. Again, there's not really any point in keeping it. I can see why other people probably like this. Not for me. Alright, this is a manga series and I know a lot of people like. And I thought it was fine. Here is Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, and 9 to 10. This is by Satoshi Mizukami. It does have a lot of depth for a shonen type manga, like a lot of action, and there's some other depth. It'll have you guessing a little bit more than a typical shonen manga, but I don't really like it. I don't really care about it. I thought it was only okay. I think most of the volumes I gave a 3-star. Maybe one of the volumes I gave a 4, but it was fine. But I don't like keeping just fine books. I want books that I would be happy to reread again and again. This is not that. Then we have A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I know this is really well loved on BookTube, and I really like the concept of it. And I even really loved it after first reading it, but then as the days went by, it really quickly deteriorated in writing. Like, I didn't have to wait very long, and I was like, you know, actually those only... I didn't care about the characters, and there was a lot of slower bits, and I'm usually fine with slower bits, but... yeah. And then, like, apparently the second one is worse than this, and then the third one is better, maybe, but I don't care. I don't like trudging through other books to get to the good part. If the series is good enough to get through to the super good part, then that's fine, but this is, no, not for me. If you like it, I can see why someone might like this, but I don't. We have Children of the Whales, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 by Abi Umeda. And can't really describe this very easily, but there are these people that live on a whale, and there's cool magic, and intrigue, and ooh, why are we here, and stuff like that. But, again, this is just like, okay, I don't care about the conflict, really, and it has some depth, so this is not a hate one for me. This is just like, it's fine, but I don't really care about continuing on. If I don't care, get rid of it. I can see why people would like this. Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters by Jane Austen and Ben H. Winters. This is not a Sense and Sensibility retelling. This is just taking Sense and Sensibility and, like, inserting sea monsters and stuff like that in here. And I didn't really care for it. Again, it's a humor thing. I didn't like the humor, and there was a lot of just random humor, like, you're supposed to laugh because there's an orangutan pooping on the floor in a scene. And it's not funny, it's just haha, there's a ranting. So, I'm enjoying a little bit more of the original though, but not this. Song of the Beast by Carol Berg. I really hate to be getting rid of this one because I love the beginning quarter to half, but then after that it's like really slow and I don't know why anyone's doing anything that they're doing. But like the beginning is really interesting with a broken protagonist that has to learn how to live in proper society again after being in prison for years and years. But just, it's so slow and meandering, and the things that people do, I don't see a point to them. So it's just like, there's problems you need to do. So, I don't like it. Well, I don't like the later half, and I don't feel like I should keep for just the beginning half. Oh, jeez. More manga. We have Kumamiko, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4 by Masume Yoshimoto. Cute slice of life with cute shrine maiden type girl with a bear, and it's just slice of life comedy. I don't like the humor, so I don't like the books. It's really well drawn though. I really like the art, but if I just like the art, then there's no point. Oh god, people are gonna hate me for this one, and I'm sorry. But Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I tried to read some of this a while ago, and I don't like it. Like, maybe I'll keep this for my husband, because maybe my husband is interested in, now that I think about it, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I didn't finish it, but I don't really like it. So, and I've, like, heard some other people with similar feelings to me talk about it, and just made me not want to read it, so it doesn't help that it's not even finished, and I have no idea when it's going to be finished, so, I mean, maybe I might try again, but as it stands, I don't really want it. I don't want to read it, and I don't think I'm going to read it anytime soon, or ever, maybe. So, out here. What else is in here? Oh boy. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Deus Lavuk by Carlo Zen. This is really interesting for a light novel. It has a lot of interesting questions, psychologically type thing, and there's a lot of war strategy. And I think that's kind of interesting, but it's too smart for me. Well, maybe that's over-exaggerating a bit, but it gets too complicated in those depths, and so there's less focus on the actual plot and where we're going, and more on smart talk. I don't know how else to say it, and I don't like that. I want the plot and characters and stuff to do stuff a little bit more. The Tale of Despero by Kate D. Camillo. I hate this book. I think it's too simple for me, which doesn't help. But the other really, really big thing I don't like about this is that the narrator is very demeaning to the audience. Like, do you know what this means? Let me tell you what this means. Blah, 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 blah. No. Don't like it. Ooh boy, here's another one that might fluff some feathers. Maybe? I don't know. Aragon. And Eldest by Christopher Paolini. I really liked it as a kid. I don't really care about reading it again as an adult, and that's fine. But I don't want to keep it around just for nostalgia's sake, so. Stay Real by Garth Nix. I am only getting rid of this because I have another better copy of the mass market. I have the hardcover copy here, and yeah, so I don't need another copy of this. That's the only reason why. And then the final one I'm going to get rid of here is A Zoo in Winter by Jiro Taniguchi. It's just a really slow, slicey, lifey thing, and not really much happens, so I think you're supposed to care about the main character and his drama stuff that he's going through, but I don't. I don't think I care for... it's set in 1966, so it's not exactly current time, but it's sort of like a contemporary type issues. It's like personal issues, and I don't really care about modern-ish time issues. So I don't care for it. think I missed some somewhere. I swear there are some others that I'm getting rid of that aren't in that pile, but hey, whatever. Good enough. So again, if you like any of these, well, I'm getting rid of them, but that doesn't mean that they're bad or I think you're bad for liking them. We all have different tastes, and I just happen to not care about these ones enough to keep them. So let me know if you have similar thoughts about any of these or whatever, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again for another video. Bye!